Hi, welcome to the channel. This is a weekly reading for all signs, but I didn't have a lot of time this week, so I'm just going to go through and we're going to take 2 cards for every sign. Just to give you some messages for the week ahead. Sorry guys, I really want to make longer videos for the weekly readings. I've just been really swamped and under a lot of pressure in my work life and in my personal life. So yeah, I want to, but just haven't been able to. But I do want to give you guys messages. So let's start with Aries. Okay, Aries. All right, so you have the Four of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like with this week, Aries, you are very stable and grounded, secure. You have a lot of support around you this week, but you're also having strong boundaries. So you're protecting your home, your work, your family life, your finances, but you're also making sure that people understand you have certain boundaries. So you could be very selective when it comes to certain people or situations that you get yourself involved in. You could be very concise when it comes to communication and effective, but you're very truthful, and you may not be so like profuse or loving or emotive when it comes to like expressing yourself this week. You just want to get to the point and do what you need to do. But there could be celebrations in order, and you could be dealing with groups of people, family, friends, colleagues that definitely support you. But you are going to have some time for yourself as well. You could leave the party early, for example, in order to get some work done. You could be very serious in your personal time this week. You could spend some time alone. Your balance between spending time with the people that support you and that surround you, and then carving out time to be alone this week, to do some work or thinking, or to be quite serious and contemplate your values or your boundaries. So you could be dividing your time between socializing and having quiet time to yourself to contemplate or plan or strategize. So that's what I have for you, Aries. Okay, Taurus. What's going on for Taurus this week? Okay, Taurus, you have the Three of Wands in reverse and the Hierophant. All right, so there could be a situation involving an institution of higher education or some sort of religious institution or a commitment that you're involved in. I feel like you're very focused on learning, teaching, and maybe being very committed to a certain degree this week. And you may not be able to see the forest through the trees, is what I'm getting. Like, you may be so caught up in what you have to do, what you need to do, your commitments, your obligations, that you just don't have time to dream or think about the future. You may feel like you're stuck in situations that require a lot from you, heavy responsibilities. You could also be turning to your faith or trusting in a higher power to help you get through the situation. But I feel like you're so engaged in the current week of what you have to do. All of your duties and expectations are so overwhelming and so all-consuming that you can't even see the future. You just feel like you have to do all of these things this week and take care of them, and it's your main focus. And you could learn a lot. You could become a master of what you do. You could solidify some sort of commitment, and you could become very professional in something, or you could up your skills in something here this week. You could be getting some sort of certification or degree, or you're mastering some sort of title or position. You could become more spiritually skilled or aware. But again, you're just not going to be able to see past it. You're just going to be so enmeshed in it. And I feel like it's a little bit rigid. You could be a little stubborn, or just so focused on the responsibilities this week that you really don't have time to dream or visualize your future, because you're just thinking about the present moment and everything that you can do to secure some sort of long-term commitment or position this week. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. Okay, let's go on to Gemini. Okay, Gemini, let's see. What can you expect this week, Gemini? Coming in for you this week. Gemini. All right, we have the Death card in reverse with the Two of Cups. You could have unfinished business with someone. You might find that you all of a sudden really like someone that you knew for a long time, or someone that you had a past relationship with, or someone that maybe you were separated from for a long time. You could all of a sudden just feel like you guys have a lot in common. If it's not a person, it could be a situation that you suddenly start really liking after a long hiatus or some kind of separation. Or there's something that really changes this week for you, and you could all of a sudden decide that it's beautiful, you really like it, you see eye to eye with this, or it's on the same level. And it could be after some sort of transformation with the Death card in reverse. Maybe there's something that you resisted, and now you're finally seeing the potential in that. So you could see the possibilities in something, and you might decide to revamp a relationship, or revitalize a work situation, or some sort of friendship, or even a hobby that you really like, or an interest. You might decide that it actually has life in it after all, and you might decide that it has a lot of possibilities for something that could really be excellent and beautiful, and you're going to see eye to eye with that. You're going to really like it, and you're going to go after it, and I feel like it could be a great union in the future, or even starting this week, because you're going to see the possibilities in something that you might have left by the wayside, or something that you decide to revitalize is coming back, and it's going to have a lot of potential for success. And it could be a love situation, someone that you used to know, and you might get back together with that person. And that's what I have for you, Gemini. So let's move on now to Cancer. All right, Cancer. All right, Cancer, you have the Knight of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles. So someone could really want to speak with you or talk to you. There could be someone that's angry at you and wants to have some words with you. There could be messages, there could be fast-moving communication, or someone that wants you to take action about something. But I feel like you're not going to really care. You're doing your own thing. You're taking care of yourself, and you're in this energy of being very independent and living the life that you choose. And I feel like no one's going to be able to get you out of that. Like, you're not going to be disturbed. You don't want anyone to disturb your peace. You're going to embrace your independence, your self-sufficiency. And even though someone may want to disturb your peace, argue with you, talk to you, get you into some sort of conflict, with them, I don't feel like you're going to have it. You're just going to mind your own business this week and go after what you truly want. And you're making enough money, you're supporting yourself, and you're doing the things that you love to do, and you're not going to let anyone disturb your peace. But there's definitely someone here that wants to break through your calm demeanor, your independence. They have a lot to say about it. They may not like the fact that you're very independent. This could be someone that's jealous of you or has some sort of bone to pick with you. But again, I don't see it disturbing you. I see you minding your own business and enjoying a life of luxury, a life of independence and self-sufficiency, regardless of what this person thinks. Okay, Cancer, that's what I have for you. Let's move on to Leo. Tell me about Leo this week. Hopefully I can get these timestamps. Tell me about Leo. What's going on for Leo this week? All right, you have the Strength card. There you are, Leo. And the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So you could be dealing with a financial matter. It could be a job situation. Maybe you're out of work, or your work is slow this week, or you're waiting on some sort of payment. There could be delays regarding that, but you're going to stay strong and confident here with the Strength card. You could be very patient this week or holding out for something. You could be looking for work. You could be just dealing with things in a very patient, grounded, and strong way. So I feel like you're trying to be self-disciplined, you're trying to get things in order, and you're trying to keep your head up and not worry about some sort of work situation or financial situation that there could be delays or loss or lack. So I see you just neutralizing any kind of problem that revolves around work or money. You're not letting it bother you. You're not letting it affect you. You are determined to be strong throughout and to hold your ground here and to be balanced. And I feel like you're actually negating the loss. So I feel like there could be something here where you are able to balance the books, or maybe get someone to give you more time. But 8-8 here, I get you're not so worried about it. You're pulling from your inner strength to get through any situations that revolve around material loss or lack or delay, and you're calling the to your guides, your ancestors, or your faith is carrying you through. And I feel like you're going to be able to neutralize any feelings of lack mindset. You're not letting it get to your head. So you could be going through a financial situation this week, but again, I see you pulling through with strength, especially inner strength, spiritual strength, and just having that a disciplined mindset is what I'm getting. So that's what I have for you, Leo. All right, let's see what's going on for Virgo. Tell me about Virgo in the week ahead. The week of the 13th through the 19th. What's going on for Virgo? Tell me about Virgo. Okay, Virgo, you have the King of Swords and the Seven of Cups in reverse. So Virgo, you could be dealing with the law or a legal matter. You could be dealing with someone who is very strategic and detail-orientated. This is obviously probably you, Virgo. Standing your ground, being very efficient and a little detached from your emotions, but following the guide, the law. I feel like you're following the law. You're going by details, and you're not confused at all. So you could be making definite choices this week. You're streamlining. You are being definitive when it comes to choices, options. There's absolutely no confusion about what you're doing. So you're very on point this week, Virgo. Everything that you do, you have it covered. You're dotting your I's, you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, right? You know exactly what to do. Nothing is going to get by you. You have everything mapped out. You're strategic. You're self-aware. You're very mindful, and you're very efficient. So nothing can get past you this week. You could be somewhat cold or detached. This is all a part of a strategy. You could be carrying something out that's very important this week. This could be a legal matter or something that you have to pay very close attention to the details and minding your P's and Q's. And you have to be very organized and highly attuned to your actions and your thoughts. So Virgo, you're very strategic this week, and you're making choices where there are no games and there's no confusion, and you're selecting certain matters or actions that you follow through on. You're not wishy-washy at all. Everything that you do has meaning, purpose, and even if you're very limited in the things that you choose to do or the things that you choose to say, you're concise. And that is what's going to make, like, I'm hearing the teamwork, the dream work. I don't know. So you could be just very careful and very strategic and selective. There could be limitations, but that doesn't matter because it's all a part of your strategy. So everything's very effective and everything has its place this week. So no wishy-washy, no choosing from here and there. You're just making choices, even if there's limitations, and you're following through on those with your words and your actions and your deeds. And you're definitely following the letter of the law this week. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. All right, let's get into Libra. What's going on for the beautiful Libra collective? And happy birthday to all my Libras. I hope you guys are having a great birthday season. Tell me about Libra. What's going on for Libra this week? All right, so we have the King of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse. So there could be mixed messages this week, or you don't have clarity when it comes to certain information, certain legal situations. You could be misinformed, or there could be someone that you're dealing with that's misinformed or manipulative in some way. I feel like you need to probably up your protection. You could feel like someone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes or trying to do something to you without your consent. You may feel like you don't have the ability to be objective when it comes to the situation. There could be too much going on, or someone that's trying to deceive you in some way. And if you're not careful, they could actually get away with it because you are kind of open to this person's conniving nature. Or this is you. You could be conniving, or you could be deceptive, Libra. You are an air sign. We have the King of Swords here in the reverse. Maybe you're angry about something, but there could be a little bit of lackadaisical on your part. If you're not careful about the details or your own protections, you could let your guard down and it might not be too good. I mean, there could be people that invade your space or try to scam you if you're not careful. You could also be a little bit flying off the handle this week easily. Maybe you lose your temper easily, and you might not watch what you say to other people. So be mindful of how you come across to people, because you may easily lose your temper, and then you may just react. Also, you may there could be some kind of gossip that you engage in this week. So be careful and mindful about rumors, lies, or gossip that are being spread, or rumor mongering is what I'm getting. Be careful to protect yourself in that case, or to be protective of other people's energy by, keeping certain things to yourself. You might want to watch the things that you say, or the things, how you react to certain situations. You may come across as losing your temper easily, or just letting everything go. And that may be something that you need to watch. This could also be you not really caring for the details and just letting things go, letting the chips fall where they will. You may need to be more mindful of the details and upping your protection, maybe internet security or other types of security, or just watching what you say and do around other people. That's what I have for you, Libra. Let's move on now to Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. What's going on for Scorpio in the week ahead? All right, so we have the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So you could be proposing some kind of new opportunity, or there could be something really amazing that's happening to you this week. Maybe someone's offering you a new job, a new relationship, or a new adventure. And I feel like you're going to be really excited about it. It's something that you want to talk about, you want to engage in, and you could start actually getting involved in it right away. If it's something that you are offering, you're going to get a lot of support, a lot of networking could be involved, and people are very interested in whatever it is that you're presenting. So if you are doing some sort of presentation this week, it's going to go over very well. People will engage with you, and they will want to react and go back and forth with you. So there's going to be a lot of people interested in whatever this opportunity is, or if you're being offered a new opportunity, you're going to want to share this idea with other people, and you're going to get the support that you need. You could get busy with this right away, and you could involve quite a few people, and you could even amaze yourself at how successful this new project or this new opportunity goes, and how many people want to get involved with that. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Let's move on now to Sagittarius. Tell me about Sagittarius for the week ahead. What's going on for the beautiful Sagittarius collective? So we have the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. All right, so Sagittarius, you might be feeling a sense of loss or lack, or feeling alone this week, feeling left out in the cold. You may want to try to reach out to others to help you to feel like a sense of belonging. Maybe you're feeling like others are ignoring you, or that you have gone through some sort of loss or abandonment, and you really want to talk to someone about it. So you could hear from someone, or you could reach out to someone. You may make a phone call or send a message, or maybe someone will visit you. But there's something about you wanting to reach out, wanting to communicate from a space of feeling alone, feeling neglected, feeling abandoned, maybe even having some sort of financial loss. But there's a need for you to reach out, to ask for help, to communicate with others, and to have a sense of camaraderie or networking or communication from friends, family, or casual acquaintances. You may want to talk to neighbors or family. Maybe you want to give someone a call. You may feel like you're alone and you really need some company this week, Sagittarius. So you may reach out or make a phone call, or you're looking for conversations. You're looking for someone to help you feel like you're needed, like you belong, like you are a part of a family or a part of a network or a part of a community. So you may want to get involved with your community, or go visit certain family members, or reunite with people in order to get a sense of feeling less lonely, or feeling like you're not abandoned. That's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Okay, Capricorn. What's going on for the beautiful Capricorn collective? In the week ahead, tell me about Capricorn. All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles and the Chariot in reverse. So I feel like you could be waiting for news, or maybe you're the one that's sending news. This could be you, Capricorn. You could be a student too. So you could be learning something new this week, or you could be connecting with someone through messages, through text, through phone calls, or a gift. You might also be working for someone, or earning money, or doing something, some small jobs. But I feel like you could be also staying close to home. There could be an issue around a car or vehicle or transportation. You might feel like you have to, maybe there's a car that needs work or that needs to be fixed, or you have a situation where you lack some sort of transportation, or you feel a sense that you're not in control. You feel you could be young and maybe you don't have a transportation right now. Maybe you could be needing a ride somewhere, or there's something here to do with you feeling stuck, or feeling like you have more to learn before you can take charge of a situation. You may feel like you're not ready yet to take over a situation, and you have more to practice, more to learn, or you have to plant the seeds in order to get things moving. There's something that you need to get started this week, but it may not get underway. It may not move forward until you plant those seeds, and or send a message out, or do some sort of paperwork, or you have to learn something before you can actually get control on situation. You may have some sort of difficulty with transportation, a vehicle. There could be delays. Again, I see you maybe working on something to get it going. Maybe you have to work on a car, or you have to change travel, like an airline ticket. Maybe you have to change the time or the date, or some kind of delay. But I feel like you're going to go get it done. It's just you're going to have to plant the seed. You're going to have to take the first steps. You're going to have to set things in motion before you can change, or take care, or take control of any kind of travel plans, or something that involves movement or progress. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius, for the week ahead. All right, so you have the High Priestess in reverse and the Eight of Swords. So you could feel like you're mentally trapped and you don't know what to do. Spiritually speaking, you could have blinders on at this time. You may be trying to figure out the future, trying to tell the future. Maybe you're seeking tarot card readings, or looking at horoscopes, or trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future. And you might feel blinded, or like you just don't know, and it's really keeping you mentally trapped with the Eight of Swords. So you're overthinking and overanalyzing the situation, where you feel you don't have intuition about it. Maybe you are hearing a lot of information that's not really true, or it's misleading, or it's like gossip. You may need to take a break from social media or the news, in order to relieve and release your mind. I feel like you're overly trapped mentally thinking about a situation where you want to know what's going to happen, but you just don't. And like I said, there could be a lot of information that you're getting, but it's not accurate, and you're not really trusting your intuition regarding this. So I feel like you're heavily in your mind, heavily in your head. You could feel stuck. You could feel like you're trapped, mentally trapped. Maybe you're even physically trapped somewhere and you can't get out of it because you're constantly relying on this information that's coming through, and it's not really true, and it's not really pure, is what I'm getting. The information could be corrupt, the information could be biased, prejudiced, discriminatory even, or there could be just people gossiping, or it just could be like BS. It could be fake news. It could be tarot readings that are unreliable, or that lead you astray, or that incite fear. And it's just causing you all kinds of mental entrapment, and you don't have the clarity, and you don't really have the spiritual kind of enlightenment that you're seeking. You're seeking spiritual enlightenment. You're seeking enlightenment about the future or about some particular thing. And instead of the information that you're getting, whether it's coming from people that are just gossiping or spreading lies, or it's coming from fake news or the internet or something like that, it's just making your head spin, and you're just becoming more and more trapped. So I feel like you need to get out of your head, trust your intuition more, and open yourself up to spiritual guidance. Meditate, clear the mind. That needs to happen for you this week, Aquarius. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Let's move on now to Pisces. What's going on for you, Pisces, in the week ahead? All right, Pisces, you have the Ten of Swords in the reverse and the Two of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like you're getting over a painful ending with someone that you really loved or that you thought you could be with, and you're realizing that maybe it's just not going to work out between the two of you. It's not going to be perfect. Maybe this was not your twin flame or your soulmate or whatever. And maybe you went through a painful ending, or you're finally accepting the fact that things are just not going to be what you imagine them to be. You could be healing from this ending, and you could be just, realizing, okay, this is not what I thought it was. This is not going to work out. This is not the dream that I thought it would be. And so with this Two of Cups in reverse, I feel like you're finally accepting the fact that maybe you don't belong with someone, or that you guys are not really meant to be, or that the situation may not be as good as you thought. Whether it's a love relationship, a work relationship, or a situationship that you're involved in, it's just not what you thought it would be. And after a long time of maybe fighting for this connection, you're finally healing from the fact that it's over, and you just want to accept the reality that it's not really what you thought it would be, and it's probably never going to be, and you're accepting the fact that you both are very different, and that it's not the union that you dreamed of, and that you may need to just go your separate ways. Or you just need to agree to disagree with this person or with the situation. It's just you're coming to a realization about something that's over, and you're not really hurt about it. I feel like you're actually at peace with it. It's like, okay, it is what it is. I accept this person, or I accept this situation for what it is. I wanted it to be different, but it is what it is, and I feel like you're going to heal from it and accept it for what it is. So that's what I have for you, Pisces, and I hope everybody has a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.